seniors. And, they're imposing their will right now. However, again, we'll see what happens here in the next 24 minutes.
2nd down and 8 for the Crusaders at their own 42-yard line. And again, it looks like Bourget on the keep. So, excuse me, I said Bourget. So at halftime, we had the PA announcer said, it's Bourget. And I said, well, we spoke to 2 coaches, and they said Bourget. And he said, well, I spoke to the kid, and he said Bourget. I said, okay, then it's Bourget.
It's Bourget now. We'll make the switch in the second half. We apologize to his family who might be watching at some point. But that last stop was by Del Cardillo, the heart and soul of his defense. Coach Curcione couldn't say enough great things about him.
3rd down here for the Crusaders. We'll see whether they determine it to be 4-down territory. They won't have to. 1st down. And again, a good read here as Williams powers his way forward. We mentioned before how strong Williams is. He can squat over 500 pounds. Tremendous work ethic for that young man. When you think about Williams, you think about the size, but there's tremendous strength there, and it's on display on this very play.
No doubt. He's a thick kid. He runs hard. He's a powerful runner. You needed 3 yards there. He ended up getting you 6 or 7. Now putting the ball in possession territory.
1st and 10, and McDonald maybe 2 or 3 yards. But you kind of get a sense that maybe they're generating a little bit more momentum here.
It'll be 2nd down and 8 inside the 46-yard line.
Not sure what happened down there on the field. But 2nd down. Delsea with the ball spotted at the 45 of the Crimson Knights. Williams hit at the line of scrimmage, bounces off one man, picks up 1. That's a lot of work to gain 1 yard.
It is, but then you just alluded to it 2 snaps ago, the power that he runs with. That play was a no gain. He was stuffed in the backfield. He bounced off here. As you can take a look here, right there, that's that Andreyko. He's having a great football game. And now, he's able to bounce off. And then there's number 55, Kyle Del Cardillo, to finish him off.
3rd down, we'll call it 6. And it looks like we have procedure. This is not the way Delsea wants to start. It's one thing to have to beat the other team. You don't want to have to beat yourself.
No, you don't. Actually, that's their first penalty of the afternoon, and it's at a very less than ideal time. You're talking it's 3rd and 12 now. You're manageable at 3rd and 5, at 7, 3rd and 5. It's a difference, especially for a team who doesn't want to throw the football. And as you made reference, this probably is 2 down, I would think, at this point.
So 3rd down and 12 for Bourget and the Crusaders. He's underneath center. Jet sweep. Samio picks up 2 or 3. Well defended by Wall. And now a late penalty flag and then another penalty flag. So this will change everything.
It'll be interesting how this all plays out, but I think there was a blatant hold at the point of attack right there. Number 12. For Wall, Gene Scott, he got held, he couldn't get off.
Officials trying to make sure they get it right here.
I believe both of these penalties could be on Delsea. And if one's a live ball, one's a dead ball, they both would be enforced.
Personal foul against Delsea. Dead ball foul, unsportsmanlike conduct. This is going to hurt.
And if you look right here again, there's number 12 getting held big time on the edge there. He can't get off of that block. Exactly kind of what we thought initially by number 6 there. He gets some. Now all of a sudden he got some extracurricular, a little late activity. That's frustration, Rob, right there. And then I believe he gives us a little taunting to the crowd. Delsea's too good for that. The kid is too good. He just made a mistake. But, this is a huge momentum swing now back to Wall. You went from not having a penalty in this game. Now all of a sudden, in 2 consecutive, basically, snaps, you have now
30-yard penalty here, basically.
And then 5 in the last snap. So you got 2 snaps, 35 yards and penalties. And now there's nothing in your playbook for 4th and 50. I don't know, maybe somebody else does.
Freddie Mitchell's not here today.
I just want to thank my hands, right? Here you go. Well, this is not what Delsea thought they were doing. Going to be punting from basically their own end.
4th down and a lot.
And a wind's blowing in at their face, too, on this, too.
I believe it's 4th down and 40. Ball taken at the 48-yard line. Janicek with some space, and they're going to have great field position, 38-yard line. And I think that first drive was just so critical to Delsea, and it really couldn't have turned out worse, other than a turnover.
No, it couldn't have. It had some promise. It started out with Wall kicking the ball out of bounds twice, so they had ideal field position, cross midfield, and then all of a sudden, self-inflicted wounds. Let's give, again, a ton of credit on that punt return. Janicek is smooth.
Yep.
No panic. Played the ball on the hop, made the first guy miss. 12-yard return instead of letting that thing roll where they could have had the ball backed up on their own 35.
1st down and 10 for the Crimson Knights, trying to end that championship streak of Delsea at 4. The handoff, Chavis, and tripped up. Otherwise, he had bigger things in mind.
He sure did. And going right back to the same formula when they started to open up the game with. Formation to the boundary. Those listening at home are going to be like, this is insane. You keep saying the same exact thing, but it is. It's a repetitive thing because it's old-fashioned. It's power, but they're just disguising it in so many different ways.
Second down, Scott with Larkin. I'll bet we're going to see some Larkin here. Larkin, about 2.
That was a slightly different set than we've seen in the 2 tight ends, 2 wideouts. They pulled, interesting left, they pulled the left G and the left tight end to wrap him around as well. So a little misdirection there.
One thing to talk about is, again, Chip LaBarca Jr. is the offensive coordinator of this Wall Township team. He won a state championship as the head coach over at Toms River North, and he's really been a part of the success here at Wall.
Surround yourself with good people and great things happen, right?
That's
Rob,
right.
You know that.
3rd down for the Crimson Knights. Larkin again, and that push from the offensive line allows Larkin to pick up maybe 2 or 3. And I got to believe that this is 4-down territory. It's out of field goal range, and you're certainly not punting here.
No, press on. And that was a really good play there by the inside backer there, Jake Hallowell, who has 68, 69 tackles on the season, 8 tackles for loss. It was a big stop there to force a critical 4th down.
Again, Wall will continue to take their time in getting these plays off. We're inside of 6:45 left remaining in the 3rd quarter. Scott with the empty backfield. Now Chavis with the jet sweep. He has the edge, and he'll have the 1st down. We said that Delsea has that great speed, and they're going to have a tough time getting outside, but that simply hasn't been the case either.
No, it really hasn't. They're using formations to their strength. As they went there, jet sweep to the field, and Bourget undercut the thing. And again, you don't know how the design of their defense, if they want him knifing in, if they want him spilling over the top. But then he did, number 2, Coven just used his speed to get to the edge and get himself Wall 1st down. These Crimson Knights are in great shape here now. Talking about the ball on the 24-yard line, 23-yard line, going in.
1st down and 10. Larkin on the counter, maybe 1.
Another great play by Hallowell there. Might be changing up a little bit what they're reading here. It's, again, finding the keys, finding motion tendencies, finding who tips you off, who's going to take you to the football. And that was very well diagnosed. Found a nice little run through and prevent, stuff that for a minimal gain.
2nd down. Clock continues to move. This has been a fast-moving game as predicted. It's been run, run, run. One key reception by Wall and one key interception by Delsea. Otherwise, it's been all on the ground. Scott loses the football. It's recovered, and it looks to be Delsea football. It is.
Recovered by McDonald.
Well, Scott did a nice job weaving his way through the defense, but Delsea known for stripping the football. Let's take a look.
Again, very well designed play conceptually. They're a great push up front. Six just trying to fight for some extra yards. Scott just loses the ball. It looks like it just kind of slipped through his hands. It didn't look like there was anybody at the point of attack forcing that fumble, and that was a red zone turnover. And those can be, prove costly as this game continues.
Nick McDonald falls on the football. We talked about his veteran presence. A big play just when Delsea needed it. First down and 10. Walker in motion. Bourget up the middle. Bourget, and still on his feet. Finally cut down.
This is where now, from a wall standpoint, your leaders and your best players have to step up and make a play here. It's okay. You're still winning the game, 20-0. Everything's in your favor. Stop the bleeding now. Maybe if you have to give up a first down, don't let this thing snowball.
Inside of 5 minutes now remaining in this third quarter, and the handoff up the gut. And again, you see Williams, the strength of that young man, more than enough for the first down at the 29.
It's an 8-yard gain on second down there. They're starting to move the football. They're starting to gain a little bit of, as you said, momentum in the last drive. However, let's see if they can stay on track, stay penalty-free, mistake-free. Nothing more than the Wall would want here than a big turnover.
This is where the Delsea offensive line has to step up. Tyler Kelly, the only returning starter on that offensive line, but Ron Flem is an outstanding coach, and they'll make some adjustments at the half. Bourget, maybe 4 or 5. Second down. Remember, Delsea won last year here at Rowan, 21-12 over Camden. That was their 4th straight sectional championship. Paulsboro is the only other South Jersey team to win 5 straight sectional championships, and that looks like it may hold unless Delsea scores soon. Second down, and again, not a whole lot there for the Crusaders offense.
They played really good team defense there. That was 3 guys at the point of attack. You had Larkin there, number 22. You had 55, that's Dill Cardillo. He arrived, and just because Janisek showed up on the scene as well. 3 guys had that one bottled up.
Third down and 4. Again, it just seems like every single third down is so vital for this Delsea team, and now we have movement. Just a replay of the last series, Frank.
That's big, because again, you were in a 3rd and manageable last time. Now you're going to go to 3rd and 9. They're probably going to stay with the same play. Because again, I don't think they're going to want this ball in the air, which that means they're going to throw the ball. Last time this was jet sweep with a crack by the inside receiver there, who is ineligible, who cannot go out for a pass.
Bourget keeps Bourget on the edge. Bourget down the sideline. And it looks to be more than enough for the first down. So a big play for the Crusaders.
It was big. At that time, again, everyone thinking they're going to that twin side, and they went midline option away from it, given that was either going to be a give to the big fullback Williams in there or keep by Bourget.
First and 10 at the 43. Delsea starting to move the football. Bourget again keeps, and Bourget bulls his way forward for about 4.
Trying to create some momentum here.
Walker, Williams, Bourget, and Samiel have combined for 30 touchdowns on the season. Still 0 this afternoon. They're looking to make that 31. Good read here, and very close to the first down. And now we're starting to see some of the running that is a trademark of this Delsea team. Charles Walker winds his way through the defense. First down and 10 Crusaders with, again, only 2 minutes and 20 seconds or so remaining. Williams,
rushes
about 3.
for about 3.
It's kind of just becoming an inside-outside game. Inside followed by a play is going to be probably a perimeter-based play now. Probably come back to either that midline option or that just traditional straight power.
Second down and 7. We continue to see the clock elapse. Delsea. Fumble. And Bourget falls on it. And he looks like he may be a little shaken up. Getting up slowly. So the one thing here, Frank, is that I don't see any sense of urgency on the part of Delsea. Are you surprised by that?
This is what they do. This is what they do. They
But
wear
I mean,
teams
even
down.
trying to get, every 5 seconds is 5 seconds saved.
Correct. I still think they've scored 3 touchdowns and a half before. They probably scored 3 touchdowns in a quarter multiple times.
Walker in motion. Bourget rolls. Has a man and overthrows him. Williams wide open, and Bourget just had the ball fly on him, and now it's 4th down. It is windy down on the field, but it looks like the wind is in the face of the Delsea players. Again, sometimes it's just your adrenaline that gets the best
It is,
of you.
and you know what? It's also sometimes tough for a kid who you don't get yourself into a rhythm, and now in a big 3rd down situation, you're asked to come through with a big throw. And he might have to do one here as well. 4th and 11 might be a screen down for him. It's a nice, safe, easy throw, high percentage completion. Or they might come with that run motion again and look for the backside tight end here.
4th down, 11. Walker breaks a tackle. Walker, and very close to the 1st down. Depends on the spot. The referee was not in the position where he was tackled. And as a result, that will change the spot entirely. Is it enough for a 1st down? That's the question. We'll have a measurement.
Initially, Rob, I'm agreeing with you. I thought he was short. But that official's got to get down there and get to that spot as quickly as he possibly can.
It's easy for us to say, of
No
course.
doubt.
They're not as fast as Walker.
No doubt about it. No doubt. No kidding.
First down by a gnat's hair. And I think when we see the replay, we'll see they got a generous spot. Walker, tremendous individual effort.
It was. There's no doubt. And they ran with a little misdirection, inside Sally play. Been expecting the throw there. Just didn't happen.
Handoff to McDonald. He bullies his way forward for 6 or 7. And Delsea will likely get one more playoff in this 3rd quarter.
31-yard line.
Traditional buck sweep where you got your tight end, your wing, trying to cave it and set the edge. And your 2 guards trying to kick out.
Inside of 20 seconds remaining. 2nd down. Bourget hands off. Williams bounces off a man and drives forward for 2 or 3. And now they give him his 2nd and 3rd effort. It looks like he'll have enough for the 1st down. 7 seconds left.
At this point, Delsea has 6 first downs in the 3rd quarter. They had 3 in the 1st half.
Now it's going to end that way because the Delsea coaching staff has called his team over to allow the clock to elapse. We are through 3 quarters of play. Wall Township making a statement. They lead Delsea in the Group 3 championship game 20-0. It's your Atlantic City Electric Game of the Week. Welcome back. 4th quarter action. We missed a couple plays. First play, a gain of about 7, and then a loss of 4. That's kind of been the way things have gone for Delsea. 1 step forward, 2 steps back.
Correct. Big 3rd down here. It's obviously 2 down territory.
3rd down for the Crusaders. And again, the jet sweep Well defended, and Walker cut down all the way back to about the 30-yard line.
Gene Scott just makes a phenomenal play, maintaining his outside leverage. Wouldn't allow number 20, Charles Walker, to get to the edge there. This is going to create a big it's 4th down and 14 now for Delsea.
Gene Scott is one large human being, 6'4", 233 pounds. We saw that earlier as he is a target of the other Scott, Eddie Scott, but now we mentioned a lot of these players are two-way players, and he is one of those. A huge stop here, and you have to guess that Bourget will go through the air. 4th down and 14. Bourget throws it up, and there's nobody home. And we may have roughing the passer here. We do, roughing the passer against Wall, and that's going to be another big break. So often as a coach, the one thing you fear is hurting yourself, and here we see it again.
You do, and now that's kind of the second time. Wall's kind of keeping Delsea in the game here a bit.
Yep.
They were getting ready to kind of put this thing away and put it out of reach with the touchdown when they fumbled on their own 13-yard line going in. Now that's their ball. You know, it's going to be Wall ball with 9:42 left in the game, and let's start creating momentum and run this game out. And let's get ready for the parade to go home. But now you got to play defense again.
And what the Wall players don't understand, or I shouldn't say the players, but sometimes players don't understand that one play can really be the tipping point.
Delsea running an unbalanced set here with 2 tight ends.
1st and 10, Williams. Williams kicks it outside, on his way, touchdown! 14-yard scamper, Rashad Williams. And Delsea on the scoreboard.
Delsea has come to that 2 tight end set. They've added an extra lineman in, have taken their wide out of the game, and have just been playing some games now in this last couple plays with where they're playing that extra lineman. Wall is now adjusting to the strength to the extra lineman side, exposing themselves on the back end on the weak side, and again, that wing back on the back side is acting as that extra lineman. It's a good set, and they got to just be able to recognize it again. Perfect lead block by number 20, Charles Walker, on number 37, Chapman, and it just clears a beautiful pathway for Rashad Williams to walk into the end zone.
Well, this game has been peculiar in so many different ways. You know, we thought that Wall traditionally is a little bit of a slower starting team. They jump out to a 20-0 lead. We thought that they would have problems with the wing T. They haven't shown it. We saw that Wall was a team that was typically disciplined. It's their lack of discipline that leads to the first score. So many things not going according to script. And we talked before, here's the Delsea schedule. They started out 1-3, Timber Creek, Cedar Creek, and Holy Spirit. All 3 of those teams are in the championship.
Are still playing.
Yeah.
They are. And then obviously then they righted the ship, and they were able to fix some things and obviously get some players back that made from injury.
The one hiccup you see, November the 4th at Clearview, they lost 42-8, but that's not really a good indicator of the game because, frankly, Delsea had already clinched the playoffs. They had nothing to play for. They sat their starters.
And that's coach's decision.
Yeah.
Again, if there's a game to be played, there's points to be, for keeping score, you kind of want to win every game. But again, you never question a formula from a school that's got 17 sectional titles.
My point is that, again,
13, sorry.
Yeah, extra point is up, and the extra point is good. My point being that there's one blip there, and it's really hard to say that that's a blip because, who knows what the outcome would have been had they played their starters. But let's get back to this game, 20-7. And again, you talk to your players, and I think the biggest thing that you touched upon for me as a high school coach, you as a high school coach, is the fact that we're coaching high school kids. And sometimes they don't always make the best decisions. That decision cost Wall a touchdown.
It did. At that point, sometimes the best play is no play. You just pull yourself up. But here it is. You're in front of a huge crowd. You probably haven't played in front of anything like this all year. You're at a college campus. And you want to make a play, and it was very similar. We had a kid in 2013 when we were playing Woodstown, rough the punter. And here I am on the sidelines, voicing my displeasure. I'm sure he still remembers it. And at the end of the day, I was like, it's a kid in a big venue trying to make a play for his team,
right?
And just was too aggressive.
Well, interesting decision to come here. 9:36 left, and the question is, do you attempt an onside kick?
With the way that if I'm coaching in the game,
the head coach here.
I'm coaching the game. I'm watching what my defense is doing, and they're not really stopping them. Yes, you could sit there and say that they stalled on side of 13 on a. I would say yes. You try to kick this onside kick here. However, there's still a good argument to kick it deep and play some good D. He's offsides.
And they kick the ball back to the 5-yard line. Take it to the 20. Januzek still on his feet, and they're trying to strip the football. Unable to do so. Ball stopped at the 25-yard line. Interesting because, as you mentioned, one player clearly offsides, and the crowd was voicing their displeasure, but no penalty.
It was really not even close. He was like 2 yards past the ball before it was even kicked. But regardless, hey, again, there's one of your big-time players, Januzek, very calm, very steady, very secure with the ball. Good return, 25-yard line. It is now imperative they just let the clock eat and maintain possession of the ball. Ball security is critical.
Well, if Delsea can create a 3-and-out here, it really changes everything. They've been unable to do that. Larkin, about 3. I don't believe we've seen the wall punter at this far.
No, we haven't. We're not even sure if he made the trip with him.
I did see him.
You did see him pregame. Good, sweet. But regardless, again, just stay in front of the sticks here. Eat some clock. You want to be conservative, yet you still want to maintain the attack mode. Do what's worked for you all game.
Again, the clock is their friend. Inside of 9 minutes left. 2nd down and 6. Scott checks the armband. They're audible. And they did not get it off in time.
You need to have awareness there, both coaches as well as Q. Home sidelines, 6-man crew today. You have to identify where the ref is with the red wristband. He's your play clock. This isn't college where you wish you had a play clock to be able to, especially when you're a no-huddles team, that sometimes comes into play. You have to identify that. That's a critical penalty now, to get you off track. Now you're 2nd and 11.
That stops the clock at 8:35. 2nd down and 11. Scott gives to Coven, and Coven denied. And now a penalty flag, and another penalty flag, and this is probably going to go against Delsea. And again, oh boy. If this is a personal foul against Delsea, that is going to be a game changer.
It's going to hurt. It's going to hurt because right now they're at 3rd. If this play were to stand, it was 3rd and 14. Ball on their own 21-yard line. Not ideal. Nothing ideal about that situation. However, if you give them a gift with a personal foul and create a 1st down, that's could be a tough mountain to climb here.
Personal foul against Wall. Personal foul against